Your home has everything it's supposed to have. The furniture, the photos on the wall, the people you love under one roof. And still, you feel it when you walk in. Attention with no name. Short answers. Heavy silences. Everyone home, nobody at rest. You've prayed about it. You've even said it out loud. Why is there no peace in this house? Here's the picture that explains it. A cold house doesn't always mean the fire went out. Sometimes it means a window's been open for years. Peace in a home works like heat in a house. God's presence is the fire, and He doesn't burn out. But drafts, silent, invisible, ordinary, can leak that warmth out faster than the fire makes it. You don't see a draft. You just live cold and blame the fire. Today I'll show you 5 drafts almost every home has, and how to close each one. And the 5th one is the hardest to see, because it doesn't come through a window. But first, 2 honest lines, so this video tells the truth. Some homes aren't fighting drafts, they're surviving hurricanes. Abuse, addiction, crisis need more than habits. They need real help and wise counsel. And home here means yours. A full table, 2 roommates, or just you and God. The drafts work the same. Now, let's find your open window. Draft 1. The house that never powers down. Something is always on. The TV talks to nobody. The feeds scroll at dinner. Even rest has a soundtrack. Jesus walked into a home exactly like this. It belonged to 2 sisters. Martha was, Scripture's words, distracted with much serving. Mary sat down at Jesus' feet and listened. And Jesus said, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary." Notice, Martha wasn't sinning, she was serving, and the peace still leaked out of her. Busy is a draft that disguises itself as virtue. So close the window on purpose. 1 hour, 1 room, 1 evening where the house goes quiet enough for the one thing. Peace doesn't shout over the noise, it waits for a seat. Draft 2. The anger that spends the night. Not the explosions, homes recover from those. The micro-resentments nobody names. The comment at dinner. The eye roll. The apology nobody made. Filed away, slept on. Paul wrote the house rule for this. Ephesians 4:26 and 27. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and give no opportunity to the devil. Read the second half again. Unresolved anger doesn't just sit there, it opens a door. An unresolved evening becomes an uninvited guest. And that guest eats your home's peace for breakfast. Every day it stays. So close this window before the lights go out. The 2-sentence repair. That hurt me. And I'm sorry. Forgive me? Clumsy counts, late counts, tonight counts. You don't have to finish the argument. You just can't let it unpack its bags. Quick check. If one of these drafts already has an address in your house, type, "Fill my home with your peace, Lord," in the comments. Because the next 3 are the ones almost nobody notices. Draft 3. A house with Wi-Fi, but no altar. We schedule everything in our homes. Practices, deliveries, screen time. But in many believing homes, God has no appointment. Joshua ended his life with a house declaration. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And Moses told parents where faith actually transfers. Deuteronomy 6. Talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise. Notice the location of discipleship, not the sanctuary. The living room. Peace isn't wall decor, it's a guest you host daily. So build the smallest altar that will survive your real life. 5 minutes, 1 passage read out loud, 1 prayer over the people under your roof, even if it's just you and Him. A house that hosts His voice starts sounding like Him. Draft 4. The window you open onto other people's living rooms. The remodeled kitchen on the feed. The vacation photos. The family that seems easier than yours. Every scroll compares your Tuesday against everyone else's highlight reel. And here's what comparison does to a home's temperature. It makes what you have feel like not enough, in the very rooms where God is present. Solomon measured it plainly. Proverbs 17:1. Better is a dry morsel with quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. God's math for homes runs on peace, not on square footage. So close the comparison window with a practice. Name out loud one thing in your house you'd miss tomorrow. Contentment is insulation. Gratitude is caulk. Warm homes aren't the ones with more. They're the ones with fewer open windows. And draft 5, the one that doesn't come through a window. The weather you carry in. You've been going through this list thinking about your house. But every home has a thermostat. And in yours, it might be you. Your stress walks in before your keys hit the bowl. Your phone scowl sets the room. Your hurry becomes the house's heartbeat. Here's the hard, freeing truth. You can't give your home a peace you don't carry. So where do you get it? Isaiah 26:3. You keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. Perfect peace isn't a personality type. It's a mind that keeps returning to him. And Jesus made the supply promise in John 14:27. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Did you catch it? His peace is a gift, not a performance review. The world gives peace like Wi-Fi. Strong some days, gone when you need it. Jesus gives peace like a fire he lights inside you, and he doesn't burn out. So before you walk in tonight, sit in the car 60 seconds. Hand him the day. Receive the flame. Then open the door. Because the thermostat doesn't just read the room, it sets it. Now step back and look at your house with new eyes. The fire never went out. Your Father never stopped burning warm for the home that welcomes him. The noise leaks peace, but a quiet seat invites it back. Overnight anger opens doors, but 2 sentences close them. A house without an altar loses his voice, but 5 minutes host it. Comparison drains your rooms, but gratitude is caulk. And the weather you carry sets the climate. So receive his peace before you walk in. 5 drafts, 1 faithful fire, and a warmer house than you've had in years. So here's tonight's choice, standing at your own front door. You can keep living cold and blaming the fire. Or you can walk the house, find your open window, and close it this week. Stop blaming the fire. Start closing the drafts. If you're closing one this week, declare it in the comments. Fill my home with your peace, Lord. Share this with someone whose house feels tense and they can't say why. You know who. And subscribe to Faith Inc. Then watch the video on the habits that quietly block God's blessings. It's this one's twin for the rest of your life. God's promise over your address is Isaiah 32:18. My people will abide in a peaceful habitation, in secure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. Peaceful habitation, secure dwelling, quiet resting place. That's not a real estate listing. That's the home your Father is building for his people. And his peace can start under your roof tonight. The fire is faithful. Close the windows and let the house get warm again. See you in the next one.